This is a project that focuses in on using negative space, layers of paint, so overlapping, as well as texture into this work. As you can see, we've got a lot of different layers and a lot of dimension as we begin this project. This is a picture based off the illustrations of the book, The Wolf, the Duck, and the Mouse, written by Mac Barnett. The artist is John Klassen. This project for writer and illustrator John Klassen is originally from Canada. His career started with creating illustrations for children's books and grew into writing his own books as well. Klassen's illustrations are simple, full of texture, and are earth-toned in color. I hope you are excited to get started on creating your own splatter painted wolf. Let's get started on our negative space painting. You'll notice that I'm taking this lid and I'm starting to decide where do I want the moon of my project to become. I'm just going to hold it with one hand and do a dry painting technique. This is very dry paint. My brush is totally dry. I'm tapping the brush into the paint, but also tapping a little bit of the extra paint off to the side because I want to have just a dry painting technique. This is going to be used as the basic starting point for making it look like wood, like parts or the edges of a tree. So leave your moon there and start painting. Now, while that's set off to the side, grab a piece of paper and fold it in half 2 times. Fold it in half again. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my pencil and start off by making trees. You'll notice that I'm starting out with the tree trunk and adding some branches where the branches go all the way to the side of the page. Then using my black crayon, I'm going to outline over top of my pencil as a border, and leaving the pencil lines in the center, overlap or outline around, like creating an outline around your tree, and cut out the leftover pieces of the paper. Again, I'm going to follow my black line going all the way to the edge of the paper, and I'm going to cut out my trees from my paper like so. All we want to be able to see is the trees where the branches reach all the way to the side. When I open mine up, you'll see that they're all still connected. You can either cut on the fold lines or fold it back up again and just trim off a very small amount of the fold so that you have multiple sets of trees. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to be using those trees as patterns. They're not our project. They are the patterns. And then I'm going to lay them out onto my project. Arrange them to what looks best to you. Once you've arranged them, you can go to the splatter station. And using some of these spray bottles with the colors, you're going to spray over top of your project. Couple squirts. Now, I fast forwarded mine a little bit so that you can see this in a short amount of time. But your goal is to not have anything move. You want to keep your trees in place. You want to keep your circular moon in place, and just use the spray paint over the whole project. Now, the cool thing about this is that when you remove your items, you'll be able to see your white moon. And when you remove your trees, you'll see the texture that you added with the first layer. I love the way that looks. Now go ahead and set that aside to dry. While that's drying, I did not get this on video camera, but while this is drying, I went ahead and I drew out a wolf. I outlined it, I colored it, and I made it look the best that I could, thinking about texture of my wolf, thinking about the overall shape that I wanted with my wolf. You don't have to do a wolf. Maybe you'll do a different animal. That's totally up to you. And then lastly, again, I fast forwarded the video so that you could see my last step. I'm going to go ahead and grab a black crayon and start making on leaves and trees, tree branches, and some leaves, just again for that other layered added effect into my wilderness scene. I think that this project is so cool, not only for the use of negative space, the use of texture into the project, but I love the way that this project has so many layers to it to create a really cool effect. I loved working on this project. I think it turned out really great, and I hope that you had fun creating your own piece of artwork with this splatter paint technique. Happy art making. Thanks for watching.